I'm Jessica Minton for IB Times TV, and I'm here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange where stocks were up after comments made by the European Central Bank president. Mario Draghi promised to do whatever it took to preserve the euro, which helped reassure markets that are already hoping for the Federal Reserve to step up stimulus efforts. Michael Guli, who's the managing director at Knight Capital Americas, is going to be speaking with us about the recent housing data released, as well as the prospect of the Federal Reserve unveiling another round of quantitative easing. New home sales recorded their biggest drop in more than a year in June, and prices resumed their downward trend. The drop in new home sales last month came on the heels of a decline in home resales during the same period. The National Association of Realtors said its pending home sales index, based on contracts signed in June, slipped 1.4% to 99.3. In past economic declines, the housing market was able to lead the recovery, but with recent weak economic data from housing, do you think that other sectors such as auto manufacturing are better poised to lead the recovery?
Well, I think the recovery could be based upon the small business improving. The past couple of years have shown a stark environment for the small business. They've had to lay off a lot of people, decrease the number of employees as a result not only of the difficult financial times, but also of the regulations coming out of D.C. I think if the small business can recover, hire more employees, which would have a better effect on the unemployment numbers in the country, then we are on our way to where we want to go.
While sales of both new and previously owned homes fell last month, other parts of the housing markets exhibited strength. New home construction in June hit its highest since October 2008, and confidence among home builders this month touched its best level in more than 5 years. Although new home sales, resales, and pending sales are down, leading indicators such as housing permits and starts for future building are up. What do you think is more important, that sales are down or that starts and permits are up?
Well, I like the fact that the starts and permits are up. I think it's very encouraging. It leads to the thought that maybe there are a lot of buyers who are out there but just haven't. If they have the choice between go for a pre-existing home or a new home, I know I'd much prefer to go to a new home. So the fact that there is that demand or that market for the new homes, then I think that's a good thing.
European Central Bank President Mario Draghi pledged on Thursday to do whatever was necessary to protect the Eurozone from collapse, including fighting unreasonably high government borrowing costs. Wall Street jumped after Draghi's remarks and helped reassure investors already expecting the U.S. Federal Reserve to spur stimulus efforts. After a series of weak U.S. macro data released, do you think that the Federal Reserve will take the necessary steps to stimulate the economy and unveil another round of quantitative easing at its rate-setting meeting next week?
I'd be surprised if they took any more steps here in the near future. They've taken a number of steps so far to get things going in the right direction. I kind of liken it to a doctor giving his patient a number of drugs. If you give them too many drugs, there could be adverse effects, and I think that could be the case here. I think we need to stay the course for now and take our time in deciding to take more action.
The FOMC meets next week with speculation continuing whether the Federal Reserve will do more to help the U.S. economy. I'm Jessica Minton for IB Times TV, reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.